Welcome to an introduction to teaching your foundation phase learners fractions, time, and patterns. All three of these maths sections are vital for foundation phase learners to grasp, as it will benefit them greatly in higher grades. Fractions, time, and patterns should all be first introduced informally and only become more complex once learners have a sound understanding of the basics. Time is an important concept that every learner needs to grasp for academic work and to be able to succeed in the real world. Not knowing how to tell time or not being able to understand the different components of time can be detrimental. Young children are first introduced to time in the form of sequencing and passing of events in the simplest of manners. Then they go on to learn how to tell the time on both digital and analog clocks. Fractions are a mathematical concept which many learners struggle with later on in their schooling. Ensuring that foundation phase learners grasp the concepts of fractions will minimize their difficulties later on. Like time, fractions are applicable to a child's environment as we see fractions being used in daily life. Fractions need to be made interesting, relevant, and at first informal to prevent them from becoming boring and confusing in foundation phase. Patterns can be defined as a repetition of pictures, symbols, or numbers. Patterns underlie all algebraic equations in thinking and form the foundation for seeing cohesion in numbers. Patterns teach us organization in a number sense, as well as helps learners to see the relationships between numbers in equations and to form generalizations about specific number rules. Some tips for teaching these concepts to foundation phase learners is to always know what prior knowledge the learners may have of the concept and elaborate on that. Before moving on to more complex concepts, ensure that all learners have grasped the foundational concepts. Always try to use practical examples and activities which learners can participate in and explore. When introducing a new concept, teach it to the whole class. Then teach small groups to challenge what they have learned and to ensure that every learner has understood the concept and is ready to move on to more difficult concepts.